contractor supply everything.
Madam, I want you to look at this ERGP again. This one, page 17. I want you to, you're before the camera. It's very, very important to look at it again because we have a letter here from DPP. This is very, very important so that we don't, overflog ourselves. We want to understand this is a singular line. There is nothing breaking it down. Okay, let me put it this way. What we are practicing is bottom up, am I correct? Fantastic. Does that stop you from awarding contracts? Because what I realize is that if you award and then when they execute or whatever, then am I correct? So why 11%? When you say 11%, I want to understand what that 11% means because you say when you say 11% releases, it's an indictment on the government to say that the government has already released 11%. That is not correct from bottom-up approach. If I'm correct, I just want to be corrected because I want to be corrected because when you say it's 11%, when you say 11%, are you saying this is what you've done or this is what the government has released? This is different from when you say releases. So I want to understand, please.
Thank you very much. Table. The personnel cost of the ministry was captured still in the Ministry of Steel Development for 2024 because the personnel separation had not been fully executed. Page 4 is a summary of the appropriation releases to the ministry headquarters. The overhead, the total appropriation is 894,441,335 naira. As at October 31st, 2024, 745,367,779 naira 30 kobo had been released. Balances as at 31st of October is 149,073,555 naira 70 kobo. Percentage of releases of the appropriation for overhead is 83%. Expenditure on release is the same amount that had been released, and so there is 100% performance. For capital appropriation is 23,150,884,863 naira, out of which 724,818,977 has been released. And so the balance is as shown. So percentage performance is 11%. 11% had been released, and percentage performance is 100%. Page 5. It is to be noted that the ministry achieved 100% utilization, mainly of non-debt recurrent expenditure, that's overhead. And the percentage utilization in capitals at the end of October is 11%. And this is because procurement process are still in processes. Some are waiting a fake approval. And as you know, with the bottom-up cash plan, works must be executed before payment. On page 6 is a breakdown of the releases as well as the expenditure, as stated. On page 7 to page 28 gives details of the expenditure for both the overhead and the capital and the process that were used to expend. Page 29 is our revenue page and shows what we have generated as at October, 31st of October. And the last page is the advert page that was done before procurement, as part of the procurement process. Hereby submit.
Good. And at this juncture, let me open any questions before I.
Before we even go, Mr. Chairman.
What we've been able to do and has been paid for. Why some are still undergoing procurement process. You know, the budget started running.
The language there is not released, man. The language that cannot be percentage released. That's what I'm trying to. By by November 21st, the government has already released 11%. That's what you're telling us. And it's not supposed to be so. From even what you explained now.
That is what you're saying.
That's what she's saying.
That's what is even written here.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. So that's what I'm saying. That language, I just want a clarification, because if you say this releases is different from, performance. These are probably.
If I can still say something.
Yes.
As we speak, the job done uploaded has not been.
That has not been paid. That has not.
Release and payment is the same thing.
Okay, let me, because you know why I'm saying this. Money to agencies, then you people go ahead and do what you want. But now is the bottom up. As agencies, do their procurement process, and then they'll finish. Either you apply for mobilization of 30%, or you go ahead and finish your job and you upload for payments. Am I correct? The DFAs and they are here. You guys are here. Am I correct, ma'am?
Yes.
Now, so, but here, you say percentage of releases to appropriation. That's what you are saying, man. So, but...
Can I protest your point?
Yes.
Is any money released to the agency, or is the money released to the contractor?
Straight to the contractor.
Okay, so usually what's done? Release to the agents, and the agency still is the one that pays to the contractor. So based on what you upload, it will be released, but it will be tied to what you have released. So all you do is just the cash, the transfer to the company or whoever did the job.
But not released to the agency.
It's released to the ministry. The ministry has to, because it's different workflows. Different people sign different things. So it's when the cash is released, whatever we upload is released, we are given the warrant to now pay up. But you are not going to pay differently. It will be tied to what you have sent.
Okay.
And I was telling you that we have uploaded some things which have not been released yet.
Okay, thank you very much for that. That being said, is there any particular reason? 11% is what you do so far.
Yes. Well,
How many?
More than that, because I just told you that some have not been released yet.
And they have not been released.
So now, but these jobs have been done.
Yes.
Exactly. So you're only waiting for this to be paid. It's not, that's what you're waiting for. They've been uploaded because they've been concluded. That's what you're telling us here.
By the time the next release is done, it will be higher than this. We have uploaded, it's not been paid. That's why we.
How many percentage are we looking at?
I don't have the figures, sir.
But you know why I'm asking you all this is because of this, your 11%.
That's
Very, 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 very terrible.
of the government. It doesn't complete.
It's not showing the government in a good light. And it's not the government's fault here, it's your fault. Because if you've gone ahead to award this contract based on the bottom-up approach, it's a different ball game, and you say we've done all this and X, Y is the problem. So if I may ask, why 11% performance?
We gave the explanation there, sir. We gave an explanation.
What was it?
If I don't know the percentage, but I know that we have. Can you work it out? The satellite, the house, buying of house. And quite a lot of them are with. We've been going through BPP, getting certificates and all that before we go to FEC. A large portion. Most of the things that we have executed are mainly programs, that the ministry does.
Affecting the budget, and we cannot appropriate if we do not know the true status of utilization of what has been given you in 2024. So I really do not subscribe or agree totally to the issue of FEC, but be it as it may, your head of procurement is here, your director of finance and admin is here. I believe they should be able to tell us, and that is why we sent you a document which was quite detailed of all the projects. Budget code, budget item, appropriated amount, the contractor, amount awarded, date of award, the status, the percentage with regards to performance, the lot number, and remarks, so that all these individual items can be captured in detail in this document, so that Nigerians would know how the monies that have been appropriated have been utilized. Now, let me ask another question. Have you tendered for all, have you done advert for all the jobs in your capital for 2024? Have you done an advert? So I want to believe this is the advert and it covers all your jobs. Now, honorable colleagues, we were quite detailed when we sent you a document. We had wanted to get the lot numbers, of which you did not graciously furnish us with in the document that was given to us. That's number one. Now, number two, there are a number of jobs that were not captured in the document you sent to us. Rather, they were just left blank. There was no explanation whatsoever, and were actually a bit confused. For instance, I would prefer to use this document, or rather ERGP codes for reference. ERGP 30217210716, development of gemstones and other developments. There's a capital, there's an appropriation of 1 billion and 50 million. Has it been, what is the status of that job? No information was given to us. Has it been advertised? Then nothing was in your submission that you gave us. If you can point to it, I'll appreciate it. Could you speak with your document? Could you speak with your document, please?
We submitted it last week. And I say maybe because we submitted this document last week, they were newly, we just had the tenders board. Not long. We just released it.
To submit this document. And in fact, fact, you made a submission, you applied to retrieve it, and the documents you even retrieved are even the ones that followed the format that we gave you. If you can't have monopoly of it, your DFA or somebody can help you out. Clerk, we are given a date. We came for oversight. We told you during oversight we had sent a letter. And even from when we came for oversight and now, it is another week has passed. I do not believe that is an answer that is being appreciated or will be appreciated by us. The documents are before you. Your team is here. No, it's not that one. But that's not the number.
On page 30. No. Check page 13. Go to number 47.
Sorry, could you repeat that? How much goes to FEC?
It's a 300.
300 million
Yes.
goes to FEC
For goods.
for goods.
Go to 47. You don't have this?
Okay, what page is that? Yeah, 13. Could we go along with us? What page?
Page 17.
Page 17. Okay.
Procurement of capital stock items, right? Can you please present us with the FEC approval?
This is not complete.
This is 1 billion.
No, it's so the way look at out of this now, I can see that
No,
the
utilization
are different laws.
Madam, no, this is one this is one ERG.
This is not going to it's in one ERG, but it must go as one law. So long as different capital items. If you are buying computer from me, you buy furniture, they are two different.
I know. One line item. It's one line item as a billion naira. So it's supposed to go to FEC, but that's not real.
It's not even about the amount spent is
799.
So let us tell us if it's below 300.
That's not my concern. That's not my worry, sir. That's not my worry with their
You have it under a lot.
What I want, man, I'm very interested. Can we have these items purchased? Yes, the breakdown of this item, this one, and then I will need the FEC approval from. That's why I asked you. But by the way, you know, when you say store capital items, I just went back to your first PRGP, page 12. Procurement of computers and its accessories.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. This
Well,
has not been awarded.
No. I'm not bothered. So, this is computers.
Yes.
Are they capital?
They are capital.
Could you please tell us what are the procurement of capital store items? What constitutes those items? We want to see these items broken down, how it was awarded, who they were awarded to, and how it was supplied, and everything. This is very important for us. So please.
Excuse me. You don't break your GP code. Yeah, GP, let me help you so that we don't have to go and come back. That ERGP, it has the number. What's the number?
ERGP 3210869.
That singular item was broken down into 12 different units.
Wow.
Who authorized that? Who authorized that?
Capital store item is not one item.
Ramsek.
Different items, so long as it's a store item and it's in the procurement process.
What the chairman is simply asking, who authorized the breakdown? If
No,
it's
but
your,
help me.
if it's your tenders board, it says so.
Yeah, there are those that are within tenders, but they go to tenders.
Who authorized the breakdown to arrive at 12 different
Items.
Is it the minister?
Contractor. Supply everything.
Madam, I want you to look at this ERGP again. This page 17. I want you to, you're before the camera. It's very, very important to look at it again because we have a letter here from DPP. This is very, very important so that we don't, overflog ourselves. We want to understand this is a singular line. There's nothing breaking it down. This is the way it appears in our budget we passed. It did not say anything concerning breaking it down into pieces. One singular line item, and it's $1 billion. That was why I was specific to ask you. When it comes to procurement, how much is it that goes to FED? And you said 300. It's $1 billion naira. So I'm just wondering who approved the breakdown for you to split them. No, you're going to. Don't worry. I'll give her to read herself. But I just want us to understand how this was broken down into different shreds and who did that. But madam, it's very, very interesting that if you look at your budget performance, have you looked at it and see that most of the things you've done are not, apart even this item, we don't know what it is. Nothing is other training. Look at the things. What do you call it?
Honorable colleagues, I guess let's be very.
I think that anyway, 184,863 naira. Right, madam. And releases and commitment as at 31st October is 2,724,000,000. Let me not round through the entire thing. And by your calculation, is 11%. My first question would be, with 11% releases for capital by the 10th month, would you say that the government is serious about injecting funds into the capital aspect of the budget as it concerns your ministry? That is one. Two, in the 11% so released, how did you arrive at the projects that require priority to be so allocated this sum of 2.1 billion? How was the decision arrived at? I ask this question against the backdrop of, if you go to page 12, the second item says external promotions and domestic media, acquisition of communication technology and solid minerals awareness. And the appropriation here is 1 billion. The utilization, 747 million. So I'd like to know how come this takes precedence over all the core, items on your capital agenda.
After the middle of the year. And even with that, then we were not sure whether it's 2023 that was still running or 2024. The budget year did not start early. That's one. Then secondly, the issue of domestic, of external promotions, they are programs, they are not procure, and then acquisition of communication, they are programs of promoting the ministry, awareness, because we are a revenue generating ministry. And so a lot of it was small programs. That's why it's not that we gave priority to it, but it didn't need to go through so much of the procurement process. So that would be my response. And a lot of the things are in procurement.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No, I think, sorry, Chair, I think we're on the same page. Direct me to which page you have your IGR and how much.
Item 5, item 6, item 7, items 8. Once again, a case of, I don't want to say budget splitting, but budget separation of items. And the nature of the, because this is your document, and the nature of the expenditure there, and what the balance is to make up this figure of 747. It's your document. I'm just speaking to your document. I'm sorry. Items, page 20. Items number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7.
Number 5, procurement of communication equipment. 19,833 naira 750. Converge equipment for 19,909,537. And then supply of press equipment for 19,827,000. Procurement of communication equipment for office use for 19,813,329. And then supply of camera consumables for 19,983,712 naira. Yes, sir. If you add this amount, it's not up to 20% of that total amount.
But that's an indictment because you have not told us what the balance of you for.
Okay, so I told you that programs, external investment, promotions.
It captured in your expenditure.
It's part of it came in our capital.
But it's not in your document.
Okay.
We are not ghosts that would know what you spent on if you don't forward them to us. Honorable colleagues, I don't know whether I need to be guided. Because if you spend them on those items, then they should be captured in your expenditure. Why would you put this and not put that? Then
Maybe because they were programs.
Then even if they were programs, they must be contained in your expenditure. They are not here. So how can we justify that they were truly spent?
And Chairman, if we don't resolve the
Question. Why do you have to? This is a one-line budget item.
Mr. Chairman, I think at this point you need to affirm. I don't know if he was affirmed at the beginning. I have a feeling we are not being told the truth.
Because this is.
PS needs to be put on vote. If you have not done that before I came.
Clark, kindly put the PS on note.
And every other person that will answer any question here.
Dr. Mary Adao, from Ministry of Solid Mineral Development.
Hereby affirm
Hereby affirm
that every information provided before the committee
that every information provided before the committee
by the
by me,
By-
Dr.
by-
Mary Adao,
of
from the Ministry of Solid Mineral Development,
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
Thank you, Chair. I don't know if affirming you and every other person that would appear here. I am still at a loss, and it's not compulsory. Anyone you don't know, you don't have to belabor yourself. I don't know, it suffices. Please tell this committee what constitutes capital store items as identified and recognized by the Ministry of Solid Minerals?
One, we changed the furniture of our conference room as the chairs and the table. Then also in the offices, store item in the offices. And then so many, I can bring them. I don't have them in my head, but I will bring the lists of papers.
Furniture.
Capital store items.
I heard you mention furniture.
So I'll bring the list of the items, sir. Let me not.
Furniture or furniture?
I'll bring the list of the items so that I do not make a mistake.
You say furniture or furnishing?
We have our between reporters when you capture everything.
Yes, I just want to understand. Is it furniture or furnishing?
I said furnishing.
Furnish. Okay, that's okay.
And you have said you bring.
Yes, I will bring
Are
the.
you here with the full complement of your management team?
No, I'm not here with the full complement. The reason is the director of procurement. It still serves two ministries. So they were having a tenders board meeting today for Ministry of Steel Development. So he couldn't come with us. There are directors in the common services that are not with us. Procurement, general services, where this capital store item come from. HRM, reform, and PRS.
But it's surprising that you can incur an expense of about 800 million naira, 799 million naira. And at the tip of the finger, nobody, no senior management knows what constitutes this. And you came to a budget.
Sorry, sir, we know the reason is that we don't want to make mistakes, so we want to bring it as it is. We'll bring it.
Everything
We asked for this document.
It's a simple thing.
We asked for this document over 2 weeks ago.
We bought printers, we bought scanners because we're digitalizing.
Did you buy computers?
Computers are different. We're yet to buy them.
Once I go to page 22 of your document, let me help you. Your aides or your staff should be doing that for you. Or whoever. Who prepared this document for you? Sorry, who prepared this document?
Accounts.
Where is the account? Who is the head of account?
I'm the head of account.
You cannot
Assist
What are you doing?
her.
I'm doing it underground.
Right here.
I do understand.
So even in accounts, you don't know what
that money is
constitutes this.
You that page.
This page cannot have
A lot of things are happening here.
Madam.
Help the PAMSEC, which is your job, to bring out all these items that constitute this budget line.
Yes.
I shouldn't be doing that for you.
Page 22, number 10. Page 23, number 13.
Hold on. Easy.
Yes. 22, 10. 23, 13. 16 and 16. Then 24, 19. 25, 20, 23, and 24. Page 26, 26, 27, and 28. Page 27, 30, 31, and 33. That's all.
What are those?
What are those now? What have you just said? You just.
No, what are those?
I thought you asked me to list out
How many papers?
Lazy, don't confuse him. What are those? The things you listed now, what do they constitute? Is it part of the capital store item?
From page 22, right?
No, I'm not saying look into your book. I'm asking a question. Do they constitute part of the capital store item?
yes, sir.
They do.
Yes.
Okay. What is your name, sir? What is your name?
Belola is my name, sir.
Huh?
Peluola.
You cannot hear a single name.
I said Peluola Olusegun.
Olusegun.
Yes.
What is your designation in the ministry?
I'm a director.
You're a director in charge of
Finance and accounts.
I ask again, these items so listed, do they constitute, even though you have answered before, do they constitute part of the capital store items of your ministry?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now go to page 17. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Go to the same contentious item 47 that you are helping us clear.
Okay, I'm there.
Please read out the item.
Procurement of capital store items.
How much was budgeted?
$1 billion.
How much was expended?
799 million, 493,159 naira.
So you help them do double expenditure and payment.
Sorry.
Anyway, it's okay. That's all for you. Now back to PS, to these proceedings. Do you have what constitutes these earnings this year IGR? What essentially make up this huge sum of 20.6 billion that you have attracted for the government? What are the items, revenue streams?
Royalties on minerals and the rates on minerals.
Royalties and rates. Okay. Now, do you have other sources of funding apart from the appropriations?
No, sir.
You don't?
No, sir.
Do you get any kind of grant? It could just be for training, it could be for just any.
All right, up till May
2024, there was a World Bank project. So that's all that would run from 2017 to 2025.
And
So
all of
that's
this year, no foreign agency
No.
has contributed to even training.
No. We
And
don't have such.
You don't have such. The one that ran up to May, how much was it worth, or is it in kind?
The World Bank project, I don't remember how much it was. I think $120 million.
If you have an official who can speak to you,
$120 million between 2017 and 2024. Yeah.
Has the tenure of the
Since May.
it has extinguished? Please, I'd like to.
And in the capital, this capital of 23 billion, there's 5 billion for settling that debt. Usually it's not available.
No problem, you have an opportunity. Mr. Chairman. Chairman, my dear colleagues, Victor Famogene is my name, Obaru Federal Constituency. I want to move, and I so move, a motion that the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Solid Minerals Development, avails this committee of a status report of the World Bank grant. I don't know if it's World Bank or of the grant you just talked about to this committee.
So 2017.
So
So 2017.
Yeah? Okay, it's loan. It makes it even better because we are paying for it. So I'd like to move that they supply us with a status report of the loan
From 20.
that ran between 2017 and May 2024. And this document should get to this committee by Tuesday next week, I so move.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. My honorable colleagues, Omere Olusanya is my name, representing Akakunsa East, Akakunsa West, Elisha East and West Federal Constituency. Mr. Chairman, I so second the motion. Ably moved my honorable colleagues, representative Ogene. I so second. Thank you.
Vote of the motion, say aye. Against, say nay. The ayes have it.
Madam, can we look at page 27, please? Page 27. Yes. I want us to just briefly look at 32 and 33. Supply of spot items. Supply of spot items. Then supply of store items. Yes. Store. Store. Yes. 32 and 33. Spot. Yes. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. Then let's go back to supply of store items. Thank you very much. So, madam, I'm just wondering, what constitutes store item that was supplied?
Sir, you know you asked me that and I said I was to bring the list. Sports.
And then, madam, you remember I asked you here if computers, and you're on oath when I asked you, you said computers have not been supplied. Can you go to page 24, number 19? Please read 19 for us, ERGT 3210689.
Computers.
Thank you very much. I just want us to have that on record. And you said,
Sorry, sir. Page 1. Yes, sir.
So what is the status of that company now? At about 19 million yeah, 19.7 million something like that expended.
Okay, so as it is, the company has not been established yet. We had this engagement in-house and the general stakeholders engagement. And that's why this expenditure came from there.
Yes,
to be able to, because we needed to carry the stakeholders along.
Yes, are you aware that we have that bill with
Yes, I am.
part of our committee?
Yes, sir.
Are we part of the stakeholders that were involved in that committee? And what role have you been playing to see that this bill scales through?
Well, we are still.
You are not part of. Now we are pushing here. People are not part of it. You are holding a stakeholder in respect of that same bill without recourse to the National Assembly and you have incurred expenditure on it already. Go to item number 10.
Before you're done with that one, in the breakdown from pages, what component of that particular item have you advertised? Number 14. Giving you so that we come here today, you don't have to be doing it back and forth. It's quite evasive and it doesn't tell well. We're seasoned technocrat and public servant, and you have a team behind you. How can you be doing this back and forth? DFA, a direct question. Show us the component in the document you gave us. You can't promise us. Then you will now come and say we should consider and approve your budget again.
Mr. Chairman, sorry, sir.
Irresponsible.
Actually, the officer that is conversant with this, like my PS minister,
Yes, senior answer. Senior answer.
No, he's trying to blame it on officer, but I take the blame. I'm really sorry.
No, it's not a matter about you, PS. It's quite obvious. Nobody is perfect here. And that is why you have people supporting you. So don't feel inadequate to ask. I mean, that's why I have colleagues.
He's trying to put it on somebody that is not here, and I feel that's not responsible enough. I take the blame. I'm sorry about it.
I'm sorry. Be it as it may. We do not appreciate that as a house. Why? We gave you enough time. We gave you the guide. It is straightforward. It is only if there's something we shouldn't know. If not, then why haven't
I will do it myself.
three weeks and we're still compiling, and the MTF is going to be considered next week, and the budget is going to be laid upper week? I said it from day one when I came to your ministry. This particular committee, we're going to do things a bit differently. We have a responsibility to the federal government and the citizens of this country, and we're going to demand accountability. It's inexcusable that a line item of this value is not even reflected in your documents. Honorable colleagues, I don't know whether I'm the one that is this dumbfounded. I'm the only one.
Chairman, we are more confused than you.
It's actually unacceptable to this house. Honestly, it's not. It's not acceptable. In my opinion, I guess, I don't know. Carry on.
In your opinion, I think we should take her again. I don't want to go today because they are ill prepared for this.
No, it's not there.
19,740,000. So I'm wondering where the money came from. That's my own, because he said we are doing bottom up. So how did this 19,740,000 came about? I just want to can be explained to us, please.
Yes, the money that was expended in the carrying out the state.
How? That's what I'm saying. How? You have to explain how. How was it done? How was the money, how was the money spent? Where did the money come from?
All right, so there was.
we are listening.
We are listening.
Okay, so a contract was awarded a consultant who took us through the stakeholders engagement. The people that, yes, that was it.
The contract was awarded.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can we have the paper on the award of the contract?
So if the contract was awarded, why isn't it captured in? From page 19 to page 35. That has all your details. Page 19 to 35. Why is it there?
You just tell me that it was a contract, but it was a program.
I beg your pardon?
You didn't know anything about it.
I can't remember. I think it was a contract. Because it was
Can we please go to page 18, item 54? Page 18, item 54. Madam, are you there?
Yes.
Page 18. What do we have there, please?
Number
54. What's the item?
reclamation of 8 numbers abandoned mine sites
And
and rehabilitation of land for alternative uses.
how much was appropriated?
100 million,
How much was expended?
72.
72. Can you give us a list of the 8 items? The 8 number abandoned
Where they
mine
were
sites?
done.
Yes.
Okay. I know that 2 were done in Jos Plateau.
Okay.
Director Mike, I know in Osun State. Can the director of mines?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, at your service.
A reclamation this year.
Where?
One is in Rayfield, Jos Plateau State.
She has called
One is in Dawa, Toro, local government area of Bauchi State. Then the third one is in Ogun State.
Ogun State.
Yes, sir.
So the 8 hasn't been completed.
We did 3. It's 3 numbers.
So the 8 hasn't been completed.
Yes, sir.
So how come?
So can I add something?
Yeah.
When we made our budget proposal, we wanted to do 8 and we put in projection. But when the money came out, it was reduced. But the 8 was already showing because the money that was appropriated cannot reclaim 8.
But it's 8 you wanted to reclaim.
Yes, yes, sir.
I want a list of the 8. You had certain sites in mind.
Yes, sir.
Can you give us the 8?
From page 19 to the...
Chairman, I'm leading of the other.
Okay, carry on.
I'm still leading 3 of the places you wanted to.
We proposed Ebony.
Which site in Ebonyi?
Somewhere at the local government. I
In Ogun State, where?
I can't remember.
No problem. We'll have 4 now.
Then we had one in we had done the Nasarawa
I
State.
know you plan to do 3 or 4 in Plateau because there were plenty in Plateau.
Plateau, we plan to do 2, but we did 1, yes, sir.
Okay, can we go to page 23?
Yes, sir.
Please, item 14, read to this committee what you have there.
Completion of reclamation of abandoned mine site.
Abandoned?
Abandoned mine site.
Okay.
One thing at local government area.
How much was expended?
24,480.
Thank you. Go to 15.
Completion of reclamation of abandoned mine site in Plateau State.
In Plateau State.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go to the next page, item 17.
Completion of reclamation of abandoned mine site in Ogun State.
Ogun State. Thank you. Can we go to page 28?
Give us the total. Let's total the amount you're giving us for the 3 sites, because that's very important for us now, since the validation is not there. So can you give us the total now that you spent? You do it yourself. You are there. Look at it now. The total you spent.
594 54.
67.
Yeah, 67954.
Go back to his page.
541.
Let me start page. Go back to his page.
Page 18.
67.
54, it says, okay, 72 54 584 541.
Okay. Go ahead and tell us. Correspond it for us.
You know, Chairman, I think that oftentimes when I thought about letting them know the essence of affirmation, most people who appear before Parliament do not even know that the risk being retained. That sitting here as a committee, if you intend to deceive the committee, the sergeant at arms, the chairman can cause the sergeant at arms to even detain you and obtain a statement. It's there in the rules. It was made even before I came. But I see a deliberate attempt at deceiving this honorable committee. You said there is a difference between reclamation and what did you call it? Validate. Let's simple. Go back to 18. What is the item 54? Reclamation of 8 numbers abandoned mines. Reclamation. Go to page 23. Go to page 23 now. Madam Mines, tell me, read out item 14. What is there?
Completion for reclamation of abandoned mine.
Even though I'm not a miner, I understand small English. So what's the difference between reclamation of 8 numbers abandoned mine sites and completion for reclamation of abandoned mines?
No, you said revalidation, sir.
That's another item.
That's another item.
That's another item. So how can you, for 8 number, you say you did 3, you've spent this money. How did you come here and you're spending
60-something.
24 million on this item? You're spending the same completion of reclamation, abandoned.
In different sites.
I know they're in different sites.
No, we agree.
Here you grouped them. How many sites did you want to do?
Intended to do 8.
Intended to do
There are
8.
so many abandoned legacy mines. And then after reclamation,
That
we
is
go
why I
back
asked
to-
you to list. Before I asked the question, I lead up to something. I asked you to list the places where you have these 8 mines, and you listed about 3 and stopped.
Sir, the legacy.
I am coming. The ones you lifted, Refi, Jos, Toro, Bauchi, and then Ogun State, and you stopped. Now go to 15. Read 15.
Completion of reclamation of abandoned sites in Plateau State.
So this
That's
is a
the
different
ratio.
site.
That's yes, sir.
It's a different site.
There are many, even in
No,
Plateau.
don't confuse us. You have listed Refi among the 8.
There are more than 100 abandoned.
He says it's in Jos.
You said you have many, but you did one. She said,
You did one.
Madam,
How did this one come about? You people are just throwing money like flowers.
Madam Pamsek, sorry, just to, you know what I asked her to make a calculation. I asked her to make a calculation so that we can arrive at a figure.
Yes, sir.
Have you realized that the figure she's giving us does not correspond
It
with
does
this
not even align.
The account will need to tell us why, because these things were done as, and then the payment were done as per the award. So I don't
Exactly.
know
So
how
if you've awarded for 60-something, and no, 60-something, and what you've paid is 70-something, that's a problem. He said,
The truth is that, before I reach that conclusion, can we go to page 18. Item 55. Item 55, page 18.
I'm there. Definitely enough mine.
Have you procured this page, item 55? Have you advertised it?
Yes, it was advertised. It's awaiting going effect. For 2 Wednesday nights it has been taken, but no memo has been.
But you have already started expenditure.
65,000.
No.
Look at it there.
65 million.
And it's not captured in your pages 19 to pages 28.
Wait, did she even adopt this document before at the start of
Automatically, they wrote a letter. So she definitely
Are you
adopted
denying
it.
your
I deny your
submission?
document.
What I do, if you come, you adopt it and sign before the committee.
Yes, sorry, sir. The Honorable House, there is a difference between reclamation and
That's not
rehabilitation. I'm talking of the money.
We'll stop you from talking.
Nobody is an imbecile.
Please, can you?
Nobody, excuse me, honorable colleague. Nobody is an imbecile. Can you hear me? And I expect you to kindly adhere to your professional code and conduct. You have been asked a question on an item. Can you kindly give us an answer?
Sorry, sir. I'm very sorry.
We have passed the point of the validation. So kindly give us an answer. Item 55.
Department of Mines Inspectorate, the DSS, there is a mine surveillance team. They went to different states. It was a field work that they did. DSS, EFCC, the different security agencies, they went to different mines and also the explosive sites. They went for inspection. That's what he's saying, that some of those funds, the funds were charged to this.
So 65 million was used for that. For that.
I asked a question. Has it been procured?
In the different, all the states, where there are mines in all the states.
I asked a question.
Yes.
Was it procured?
The
65 million.
It was a program. So there are DTA and all that. The different states.
It's not an overhead account.
It's not
It's a capital expenditure. It's a capital expenditure. It's not an overhead amount. So you cannot just dip your hands into the capital. Honorable colleagues, I'm not satisfied with this document. I expect you to take this on a line-to-line item. Adhere to our template that we gave you. And please don't give us any half-baked document again. Every line must be adhered to line by line and give us the procurement, the advertisement that was done, the code, the contractor and everything. Even if it is before FEC, the payments, even if it's before FEC, kindly put it in the remark section. Clear? Yes. Now, number 2, let us sort out the issue of items 47. Perhaps we have a document before us, and we would want you to kindly read the heading and number 3. Secretariat.
Request for legal guidance on contract compliance and splitting. Contract splitting is the packaging of a major procurement contract into a number of smaller contracts in order to evade the rules and regulations that regulate such major procurement, such as approval thresholds. The purpose is to avoid regulatory scrutiny as it is an offense under the PPA 2007. The following are the provisions of the PPA 2007 and its extant guidelines on contract split.
Procurement.
For goods, fine. For goods, for whatever be the case. But we have identified a number of items, particularly this item 47. You seem to be in love with that item, Honorable. Okay, can you read out the head?
Procurement of capital store items.
Which are goods. Would would appreciate if you can kindly go and work on your document again and equally respond to what you just read and make it available to this house when? Tuesday next week.
Yes.
Same time, same venue. Other agencies, you've seen our line of questioning, would allow you to go and put your documents in order. So that
You allowed them sitting.
Sorry?
You allowed other agencies sitting.
They are subsidiary agencies now.
They are not supposed to sit.
They are not,
We are taking the ministry. They will take their own. Now they have gotten expo.
No. But the good thing is that we have their documents.
We have their documents already.
We have their documents. So you are kindly, you go, put your documents together, line by line, item by item, and let's have a comprehensive submission. And just as I said, taking into cognizance adverts that were done, the two positions of this document. Honorable colleagues, that's my submission. So movement for, someone should move for adjournment for conduct.
I agree with Chairman by power of motion that this meeting be adjourned next week, Tuesday.
The nays can remain next week, Tuesday, same venue.